How much of what you do on a daily basis happens automatically? You know that your heart beats automatically. You don't have to consciously blink because these things happen automatically. There's way more happening automatically than you could ever imagine. And it's not just inside the body. It's in our minds. It's in our thinking. It's in our habits, our habitual behavior. So how much of your life on a daily basis happens automatically? Your responses to things, the places you go, the interactions you have. You've probably done the same things hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. It's very beneficial that this happens. Repeated patterns become automatic, or else we wouldn't be where we're at. We'd have to learn to walk every morning. So this is a good thing. But it also can be detrimental to our lives. What if an automatic pattern becomes detrimental to our lives? I mean, how many times have you wanted to change something and you go back to the way it was? How many times have you wanted to make the right decision, but then fall back to an automatic pattern, an automatic response, an automatic choice? So how do we create real change when our patterns are automatically happening? What normally happens is we get into such a miserable state that we make the resolve to change. We get so depressed, full of anxiety, feeling trapped, completely sick of the pattern. And we're like, no more, no more. From this day on, I'm moving forward in a different way. So there's a lot of emotion attached to that decision. And there's a lot of buildup over time for that decision. Another way is a longing, a desire that is so strong that it creates a change in our psyche. It's like, I want that so bad that I am willing to do anything to change, which that can also fade as well, but it depends on the emotional quotient that you have drummed up about that, which there's a lot of factors that go into that. Could be all the way from your childhood. It could be from a recent relationship. It could be the desire of fame or success that gets you there. How other people will perceive you, how you will feel in that moment, which is really the basis of everything. It's just how we're going to feel, how we want to feel. The other part of change is our body and mind desires comfort and regulation, familiar. So when we start to change, just think about walking into a new job. You don't know any of the processes, you don't know any of the people, you don't know the technology, you don't know the protocols for interactions or how to get things done. That can be very dysregulating for the nervous system. You can get into a panic a little bit, unless you change jobs every 3 months. If you change jobs every 3 months, it's like, okay, yeah, new people, new processes, new technology. It doesn't really faze me. Okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? Where's the procedures? Let me read them. You see the difference? When you're used to change, you build resilience. So with those two things, increased misery is a catalyst for change. Increased desire is a catalyst for change, along with the ability to handle the change, the resilience in your mind and in your body, regulating your breath, reasoning skills, saying, I know it's going to be okay. It'll be bumpy for a week or 2 or 3, and I'll get my footing, and it's going to be okay. Then we can create change in our world. Then we can create change in our mind. The mind is capable of change. It's really good at doing things on repeat, and it's really good at muscle memory and having things become automatic. But the more that we build in the ability to change, neuroplasticity, changing the mind to do different things, and then regulating the body to handle the change, the more we can expand our consciousness, the more we can experience in life. So how does this apply in your world? What have you been trying to change but not been able to? Because if that desire or the misery is kind of baselined, it's not very high, then the probability of change is very low as well. So how do we increase the misery in our life? Nobody wants to do that, but sometimes it's important to do that. Increase the misery, increase the friction in your life. We could put mechanisms in our daily schedule to create a little more friction around the thing that we're trying to change. If you're trying to bring your lunch so that you can eat better, but you end up going out to eat every day, then leave the debit card at home. You're gonna be okay. Then you start handling that, and then you realize, hey, it is okay. I can eat well, and it does taste good. On the flip side, how do we increase our desire? We write out or we imagine this future state, this future world that we live in that feels so good, to have been able to achieve it, to be consistent and follow through on your dream. We live in that state now, in the mind. We have this imaginary faculty where we can actually just create new worlds inside our mind. The new relationship, the new career, the new job, the new business, the new lifestyle, whatever it is that the new body, whatever it is that you're trying to get to or you want to achieve in your life, we visualize it first. We start to feel into it. Wow, that feels really good. I can feel my feet on the floor. I can hold their hand in my mind. And all these warm, fuzzy feelings start coming up, this elation, this buzz of energy. And that's how we impress the subconscious mind with a new pattern. And now that pattern is something that's familiar. And familiar things in the mind become automatic, and they start manifesting in our world. So you can create friction in the misery. You can create a future world in your imagination to increase desire emotionally. And then going out on little missions, changing things about your daily world, doing things that are uncomfortable. This builds resilience in our body and mind. Because if the body and mind are familiar with change, then change comes easier. So sign up for the new class. Experiment with breath regulation, with going into somewhere uncomfortable, going into places where you don't know anybody. Ask people questions. Find ways to create new experiences for yourself. The mind will probably make up some excuses. You know what mine says? My mind says that I can't be disciplined because I'm a Gemini and I always like new things and novelty. But I work with that, and I work on my discipline on a daily basis. Same thing for people that don't get out of their comfort zone and aren't social or something like that. Like, I'm very social. So social ability comes easy to me, but that might be the opposite for somebody else. That doesn't mean that you can't do it. So you go on little missions and you give yourself opportunities to meet new people. Or maybe it's going to a new city or moving to a new city. Just do little experiments with life. Get curious about life and how you change things, how you can evolve and change things and make it fun. Here's a video about changing the mind and creating a new blueprint for your future.